guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Shy, and for today's video we are doing a hair tutorial. It's my first ever hair tutorial on this channel, but for most of you that know, I've always pretty much talked about it in all my videos, but I use hair extensions. And as you can see, this is my natural hair. She's pretty thin, you know, like these are my ponytails, like they're very thin. So I used to have really long hair when I was little and everything, but since I have PCOS and Hashimoto's disease, my hair has thinned out a lot. Now, I wanted to show you guys how I put in my extensions, which hair extensions I use. I could do a more in-depth tutorial about like shampoos, hair products I use and everything for our next video. So if you do want that, let me know down below. But let's get into the video. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and like this video, okay? Let's get into it. So before we get into like the extensions and everything, I just want to show you like the tools that I've used and that we will be using for today's video. So before I do anything with my hair, I just literally blow dried it. My hair is actually this straight, but since I washed it this morning, I just I blow dried it on cool air. I don't even use like the warm. I literally put it on cool because I want to use no heat as much as possible. So I use this. Please ignore my nails. I'm getting them done today. Don't judge me. Oh my God, don't judge me. But I use this. This is the Keratin Smooth Tresemme Heat Protectant. Anything that's linkable, I am gonna go ahead and link down below. I also use this. Now this is a new find. I got this for Christmas and I have to say it's really good. My cousin has nice curly hair and she actually really likes number 3, number 6, and number 7, the bonding oil. I just have number 3 and number 6, but number 6 is really, really good. It's from Olaplex, so yes, I know it's a little pricey, but when it comes to my hair, since it is so thin, I don't mind spending a little more than I would because my hair's already falling. I need all the help I can get. I just want to show you guys the amount that I apply, just so you know. Literally that much. It is so creamy, and like I said, my hair is very thin, but it is so creamy. And so I'm about to put this back in because this is good product right here. Seriously, I totally recommend it. It helps, strengthens, nourishes, and moisturizes, and my ends were crispy like ramen noodles, dried spaghetti crispy, and it's way better now. You need one of these guys. It's like a little tease brush. I'll go ahead and link some on Amazon, but it's just a little tease brush. Now, let's get into the extensions. These are the extensions. Now, this is from Luxy Hair. I don't know if some of you are familiar with Luxy, but their packaging is completely different now. So the reason why I say that is because I've had these extensions for 4 years. 4 years, guys. Now, yes, I need new ones for sure, but the reason why I wanted to tell you guys how long I had these is because this is pretty good. This is actually my second batch. My first batch of hair extensions, I actually had them blonde and I dyed them blue because I dyed my hair blue. I'll try and find a picture to insert it. And I actually dyed it blue and it came out great, but I didn't have blue hair anymore, so I honestly don't even know where they are. The packaging is different now. This is a very old packaging. When you first get it, I'm pretty sure it's the same system, but you get this little trial piece to like make sure it matches with your hair. And then if it doesn't, you can return it, blah, blah, blah. You actually don't even have to wash your extensions that much. I know it sounds gross, but like the less you wash them, the better it stays, in my opinion. You know, to each their own. I used to be blonde. I will try and find a picture. Yes, I really did used to be this blonde and I miss it so much. But what I did was I really didn't want to invest in new extensions. So I got a box dye that matched my natural hair color and I dyed them. And guys, they still hold up. I have no complaints. Like, they stayed up even though I put cheap box dye on it. That's goals. So this is the original piece. As you can see, they're really long. I'll try and see if I can remember like the inches and stuff and have all the details down below. Again, I got this 4 years ago, so I'm sure that there's like tape-ins now. I know there's like a kind of a more hidden weft, like a more discreet weft than this one. Since I do have thin hair, and I feel like, you know, there's other girls like me in the world, thin hair, don't care. Just wanted to show how I do it. Again, to each their own. This is just how I do my hair. It doesn't mean you have to do it this way, but this is what works best for me. This package right here brings a total of 8 wefts. So what the wefts mean is basically like the hair. This is how much hair it brings. So you have like 3 singles. I didn't want to dye these because I never use the singles, so I just kept them here. Now, as you can see here, I curled these pieces. I like to curl my extensions and curl my hair when I put on my extensions. I just think it works better for me. You can totally leave them in straight. You can still style them like that, but I personally just believe they look better when it's curled, you know, more voluminous, more juicy. You know, my hair's already thin, it's already straight. Like if I wanted to keep it straight, I'll just leave it like this. There's no need of me putting extensions, but when I want that extra, that oomph, I put this. So let's get into styling them. Okay, so I'm gonna turn around because I need to section off my hair. So you just take one of these bad boys in Dollar Tree. They come in a set of like 7. You're welcome. I just go ahead and I basically section off a piece of hair. So I kind of just feel around and I use my finger, nothing crazy, guys. So I feel around. I'm gonna just grab a little more hair and okay, that's good. So it's all about kind of feeling what's comfortable for you. If it doesn't feel comfortable, again, you can just remove it. This is trial and error. It's not gonna come out perfect the first time, especially if it's your first time using extensions. So this is the little hair that I'm gonna be using here. Hello. Take this little teasing brush. Now what you wanna do, you don't wanna take all the hair, you're just taking some. So like that little amount right there, and you're leaving the rest below. And you're just pushing back a little bit. Nothing crazy. Don't tease too much where you're like overdoing it. Just a little bit. You don't need to tease it to the point where it becomes like all tangled. You're just doing a light tease because what this does is go ahead and prepare the extension to like clip on. So usually, honestly, I used to like clip it so deep into my scalp where it would start to hurt, and by the end of the day I would get a headache. And then I'm like, okay, what's the point of using the extension? There's no point because it's hurting me. So what I did was, oh, and also I always like pre-curl them. It's just better that way. Instead of like curling them in your hair, that's just personal preference, but yeah. So now as you can see, the clips are open. They're juicy, they're open, and you're just going to clip them where you teased. So I feel the little teasy part right there. You just clip. I feel for the little tease part again and clip. And now you're probably wondering about like the straight hairs that I had. So as you can see, my hair is so thin that it kind of pops through. So that's why I pre-curl them, because now all I have to do is just curl the rest of it right here. And for the curling, I wrap it, I do like this, and I do different types. So as you can see, for that curl, I went this way. So then for this curl, I'll go this way. Well, actually, I want this one to go this way. But I do them different curls, like basically different ways, if that makes sense, because I want them to look flowy and beachy, not like Shirley Temple curls. Not that that's not a cute vibe. If that's your vibe, good for you, but it's not my vibe. So I want them to look just more flowy. If your hair gets tangled in the extension, no big deal. Just curl it in with it, no big deal. So again, you can see here, there's a little piece just hanging on for dear life. So what you're gonna do is you can curl it this way, right here on my tippy toes, so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. And then bam, and then for this one, you can curl it the other way. So you just wanna do different types of curls, because at least for me, I think it looks better. And now if these curls are too tight, don't worry, we're gonna brush them out at the end. But as you can see right here, they're tightly secured. They're not pulling on my scalp, and I'm feeling fabulous. So it's looking good. Now that we have that one like installed, we're gonna go ahead and again, feel. You just have to feel what's comfortable for you. You don't wanna put them too on top of here, because if you have thin hair like myself, it is gonna shine through. So we're just gonna go ahead and feel, you know, do that finger technique. Okay, see, this feels like a good piece, but I'm gonna just add a little more, just a little more right there. Yeah, that feels good. So again, we're just kind of separating it where we're still covering enough of the previous weft, but we're also grabbing enough to tease, if that makes any sense. We're gonna take our handy dandy little teasing brush. So we're gonna go in right here and we're gonna tease this back. First weft that I used was a 3-clip weft. Now I'm gonna be taking a 4-clip weft, which is kind of like a thicker, more hair. We're gonna open them all up. And if you're wondering if it hurts, guys, it really doesn't. This is how it looks, as you can see. And it just snaps right in. So when you tease it, instead of it snapping against your scalp, not that it hurts anyways, but it's just such a nice barrier. And again, you're not teasing it to the point where it's becoming knotty. It's just 1, 2, and 3. Set it and forget it, you know? Hold on. So what you're doing here is just finding the pieces that you left. And by the way, if you want to curl it before, like your hair, you can totally do that. I just like this method because I feel like it's easier. So if I wanted to, honestly, all I have to do is curl the front pieces, guys, and I'm done. Like, that's it. Like, I know it looks crazy right now, but all I would have to do is curl the front pieces. And this is usually how I film, like when I wear my extensions. I curl the front pieces, leave these out, brush it out, and bam, we're good to go. But we're gonna do the full-on juicy look. So I already curled the little lower section. As you can see, the clip is still, it's right there in my head. I push the hair so I can kind of measure where I want the extension to go. So again, we're just gonna go ahead and tease this little section right here. Taking here another 2-clip weft right in here. This is the poofy side, and we're just gonna go ahead and, again, you don't wanna clip too much in the front. Oh, much better, okay. So, and again, let me see. Perfect, they're somewhat even. Guys, sometimes they don't be perfect. But as long as it feels comfortable in your hair and it looks good, by all means, let it flow. If you feel like your weft, like your piece of extension is showing in the back, you can just tease it a little bit. This is the finished look. So you can kind of see right here, everything's kind of flowing nicely. Now you can brush out the curls. I usually do that just to show you guys the back. Here is the back. Now, if you notice that there's some lighter pieces, it's because, like I said, I used to be blonde. So my ends are kind of turning a little bronzy. But as you can see, there's no wefts. And if I move my hair, I don't believe there's any wefts. But like I said, you can easily just tease them. You take a little section, you can tease your top, and that's it. Just gonna comb one out so you can see. You can comb them like this, turn a little more bouncy, and you have that more natural, subtle look. See? Now you have a more softer wave, and this is kind of like a more tighter wave, but everything still blends really nicely. So guys, this is the final look. If you have any questions at all, please don't forget to leave them down in the comments below. I know I should have said this before, but I kind of forgot. But this video is not sponsored. This is just all my own opinion. I spent my money on the hair extensions and they're genuinely pretty good. Like 4 years and I dyed them and they still held up. I mean, pretty good to me. So if you want a full like hair care routine tutorial vibes with how I wash my extensions and care for my own thin hair, please let me know down in the comments below. I really love how it came out. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I love talking to you guys. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Go ahead, follow, like, subscribe, all the things. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!